What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, what's going on? On this channel we usually talk about affiliate marketing, making money online and the different side hustles that you can do, but also how to invest it and keep it in the end. But in this video specifically, what we're going to talk about is the 7 best side hustles that you can do that can make you $100 per day plus, and even scale up to whatever you want to scale it up to. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If at any point you like this video, make sure you give me one of these. Also, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and with that being said, let's get on with the video. But before we do get started, make sure you give me one of these. And the video won't start before you actually do it. Okay, so now that you've done it, let's get onto the real content of this video, and that is the 7 best side hustles that can make you 100 plus per day. Any side hustles that I'm going to talk about can do this, and I'm going to keep the best ones until the end because that's what YouTubers do usually, so I'm just going to do that as well. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So in this video, I'm not going to talk about making an NFT that sells for billions of dollars, or investing a ton of money into a crypto that you don't understand, because that's not what this video is about. This video is about actually making money the realistic way and the best way. So with that being said, the very first one that I'm going to talk about is selling what you already have on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or any sort of platform like this, depending on when you're watching this video, because it can vary. But these side hustles, I can guarantee 100 years from now will still be around. So selling what you already have does require you to have things, but I can always guarantee that you have something lying around your place that you don't use, that you're not ever going to use again, that's just picking up dust or hidden somewhere in the garage. But if you can actually figure out a way to get around to actually picking the stuff up and taking photos of it and putting it up on Facebook or eBay, it could actually make you some money. And the best part is, if nobody ever buys your stuff, you only lost a little bit of time, and it's not a lot of time. It's just like 10 minutes to take the photos and post it on Facebook and eBay. So it's not that big of a deal, but that's just the way it is now. The downside of it is that you're not going to be able to scale this up to the moon, just like I talked about in the intro, but that's just how it goes. So when you start making that money, you probably want to invest it in something that you can actually make some more money from, and that can be anything. Maybe it's going to be stocks, maybe it's going to be in the future side hustles that I'm going to talk about. Even though these side hustles are free, if you invest some money, it can be a great way to do it, and I'm going to talk about which ones and how to actually invest your money. So if you're doing this side hustle, it's a great way, but don't just spend it on stuff that you don't need. Instead, spend it on stuff that actually is going to make you more money. And so that brings us to step number 2, and that is being a virtual assistant. Now, that doesn't require you any money or any skills to become a virtual assistant, but this can actually make some revenue that's going to come back over and over and over again. And that just depends on the job, what you're going to do. It could be answering some emails. So if you're watching this video, you probably have gotten some emails before, written some emails before. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. You'll probably need to answer some questions. Maybe they'll teach you a thing or two that you need to know for that company. And if you work for a company that you actually like and that you would love to build something like that, then that's going to be a job experience that can translate into what you're going to build on later on, because you already have the skills, you know what's required, you get a real behind the scenes of whatever the business is. Now, if you don't want to build anything later on, then this can still make you some revenue that you're going to use for whatever you want to use it for. Maybe it's going to be reinvesting it in stocks or whatever. Maybe you just want to buy the next big thing. It doesn't matter, that's up to you, even though the second choice isn't the best one. But that's all I'm going to say on this one. So, becoming a virtual assistant, you can go on Fiverr.com. This is a great app, great website where people are actually looking for virtual assistants. So it's going to be very easy for you to apply for these jobs, and let's hope that somebody hires you. But since there aren't many virtual assistants, it can be probably a very great way to get into that. So virtual assistant is pretty good, but it's not the best one because I've got quite a few more to go, and these, it's just going to get better and better as this list goes on. So make sure you stick around, give me one of these, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and also let me know in the comments what video you want me to make next. So with that being said, the next one that I'm going to talk about is kind of similar to the first one with selling what you already have, but this is going to actually be flipping items. And you can use Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace for this. It doesn't really matter. The idea is that you go to the free section if you have absolutely no money, and you just get some stuff and you scroll through. Now there's going to be a lot of junk in there, but there's also going to be some stuff that is a very good way to sell. Like, once you go through it, you know, you'll probably find some things that are very, very good that actually can be sold. Maybe it'll need a tiny bit of repair because it's not working, but it doesn't matter. Maybe you'll find a fridge that you can then sell for $500, and that's $500 profit. So, you know, that way you can invest it in stocks or whatever you want to do. And again, if you just want to spend it, that's up to you. So that can be a great way. Now, if you did do the first one and sell what you already have, maybe you have a little bit of money left from that, so you can invest back into that and buy some things that you think are underpriced. And if you know a thing or two about different products, then you just find something that's really cheap, and then you sell it for a bit more money for what it's actually worth. So if you know something is worth more than what it actually is, it's going to be a great way. Now, my brother actually found this guitar that was really cheap. He bought it and he kept it, but he could have sold it for a lot more money just because he knew the guitar. He's a guitarist, he knows a lot about that, and he knew that this one was costing a lot of money. And if you do search on eBay and things like that, there's a good chance that you will find some stuff that is underpriced and you can sell it for a lot more. So that's a great way to do it. The next one is mostly overlooked, and that's just having a part-time job. Now, a lot of people are going to frown over this because, especially on this channel, we talk about building businesses and making money online, and this is just a part-time job. But this can be something that you can just do that for a little bit of time until you get your business off the ground. So having a part-time job, you can go to monster.com or a lot of different ones, and you just try to find the best ones out there, try to find the best jobs. And even though that the job itself might not be good, if you're building something on the back end, like a business, an online business, or whatever, one of these side hustles that I'm going to talk about later on in this video, or the ones that I do have on this channel, then it can actually be a great way to get by, build your business up, and then quit that part-time job. So that's one of the ways. I'm not going to go into it too much because this channel is mostly about business, but part-time job is still a great one to do. Now, the next one is going to take you a lot more time, but it's actually still a great way, and that is blogging. Now, I know that a lot of people are talking about that. It's kind of one that everyone and their dogs have been talking about, but still a lot of people think that this is dead. Blogging is dead. You can't make any more money, but that couldn't be further from the truth, because when you go to Google and you search for a question that you have, then there's a good chance that you're going to end up on a blog. And a blog doesn't have to be a lifestyle beauty vlog or anything like that. That's what most people think it is. But it can be something in a specific niche. Now, you do want to have a specific niche, But if you talk, for example, about finances and things like that, then you can put some affiliate links in there, some ads, and your own products and things like that. And that can actually be something that's going to get you way off the ground, and some blogs actually have made millions and millions of dollars. One blog was actually just putting affiliate links from Amazon and then just posting the random products that they found on Amazon, some funny products that were cheap, and a lot of people were buying it. And that blog sold for, I think, more than $100 million. So, you know, the sky is the limit on the blogs, but it will take you a little bit of time. You do have to be patient, and you do have to write blog posts regularly, at least once a week. That's the bare minimum. So that's one thing that you can do, but keep in mind the money isn't going to flow right in your pocket straight away. The next one is going to be monetizing a skill set. Now, if you know how to, you know, smash the like button in this video or comment, you know what you want to see next, that's a great skill. And, you know, any other skill that you know, maybe it's going to be about finances, because that's what I always talk about, that, so that's what comes into my mind. But maybe it's going to be sports, you know, any skill set that you might have. Maybe you know how to draw, you know how to paint. Any of these skill sets can be great, and you can tutor people how to actually do that, and that could make you a bunch of money, because it's going to be a bit harder to get your first client, but then they're going to talk to their friends about it, and if you do a good job, before you know it, you'll have a ton of clients. Now, this is not going to be something that's just going to fall in your pocket while you sleep. It's not a passive income, so to speak, but still, it's a great way to do that, and that can make you transition into courses. Because once you know the product, you know the people that want the product, then you can make a course, bundle it together. It will take you a little bit of time to put it together, but then you can sell it, and whenever somebody asks you to help them out on that, you can just tell them, I've got a course all about it, just go on it. So you can use Udemy, for example, Teachable. All of these platforms allow you to actually just post. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. The ones that are free usually take a cut from that, but that doesn't really matter, because you're just selling a course. So if nobody buys it, they don't get a cut. So if you're not too sure if you're going to sell any, you can just put it up and make sure that they just take a cut instead of just making you pay, and that can make it great. So the next one is going to be a bit stereotypical, kind of like blogging. It's going to take you a bit of time as well, but that is social media. And social media can be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, all of the above. It doesn't really matter. But you can make a ton of money from social media, and this isn't a secret. There's so many people that are making millions and millions of dollars online from YouTube, you know, and all of these different platforms, just for an Instagram post as well. So it doesn't really matter what niche you're in. You can get sponsored videos, and sponsored videos can pay you quite a bit of money if you're doing this on YouTube, on TikTok or whatever. You can do affiliate marketing. I talk a lot about affiliate marketing on this channel. There are plenty of videos, and if you want to get the building blocks, that's the first link in the description. So you can do that as well, where you actually just get a cut from a sale that you make. So for example, there's a company that gives you a link that's specific to you, and then you just send client to that link, and then you just get paid a cut from that. So that can be a great way. Affiliate marketing is, in my opinion, the best way for beginners, because that's actually sustainable. It's not going to end up right away. Instead, it's going to build up over time, and you're just going to make more and more money. So don't expect to make money in the first 2 weeks or in the first week, even though I did make money in the first 2 weeks. But, you know, it's going to scale up over time. So it might take you a little bit of time, especially if you're doing this on YouTube, but YouTube is actually going to grow. I would advise you to start growing on TikTok first, but I've got a bunch of videos in the description on how to do that. So if you want to learn about social media, there's a bunch of stuff in there. So that's my final one, because I really think that this is the best one out there. That's the most stable one. It might take you a little bit of time to grow, even though TikTok can go pretty fast, but it's also the most stable one, and I would advise you to do that. So I hope you enjoyed all of these. Make sure you let me know which one was the best. Give me one of these. Subscribe, because I really want to help as many people as possible on this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.